Hi, I'm Ms. Raskowski. Today we are going to do egg in a basket. This is not a required one. However, I like to show it just because I think sometimes it's fun. So egg in a basket actually means that you do need a piece of bread for this one. I know that I did not request that there be bread on the list. So if you have it, awesome, you can try it. If not, no worries. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your piece of bread. Let's bring this down. Okay. And you also just need something small with a circle, because what's going to happen is I'm going to cut out a circle in the middle. Okay, it's called egg in a basket. So the bread is your basket, right? And then we're going to actually put an egg in the middle, right? So we're going to get my frying pan all ready and set to go here. Right, so again, this is, and the thing about egg in a basket is that you can do this with just about any type of egg, with the exception of poached. So I could do a scrambled egg inside this. I could do an over easy, over medium, over hard. It's whatever your kind of preference is in terms of the egg, right? I am going to show probably over. Actually, you know what? I'll show over hard, since the other ones I showed over. I did sunny side, over easy, and talked about over medium. When I do over hard, I actually break the yolk. So let's see. So my egg, right? I don't actually need a fork for this one, right? But I do need my egg, right? So I'm going to crack it again on the counter, right? And then the egg in there, right? Now for this one, I'm going to spray. I always spray my nonstick pan, right? And then I'm going to put my bread in my pan here, right? And then I'm going to take my egg and I'm going to pour it into the middle hole, like so, right? And then what I'm actually going to do is, for over hard, generally, which means that the egg, the yolk itself, is cooked all the way through. You could leave it this way and let it cook. However, I find it takes quite a bit of time. And so a faster way to do it is actually just to break the yolk a little. So I just take the tip of my turner and I just break the yolk a little. And then when I go to turn it over, that yolk will cook through nicely. Right? So I'm just going to let this cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to flip it over as if it were French toast. Right? But instead of French toast, I've got an egg in the middle of my bread. Okay, so egg in a basket. Okay. Okay. While I wait for that to cook, right? Let's just talk a little about the safety of eggs in terms of foodborne illnesses and things like that. You want to make sure that when you're working with, um, well, let me actually season my egg a little. I forgot about that. But you want to just make sure that you clean up your station really well. So that means not only wiping it down, but also spraying it and making sure that it's kind of disinfected. Um, Given COVID situations, we're becoming very familiar with disinfecting and sanitizing our areas, right? But you want to make sure that you don't run into a possible cross-contamination of raw eggs with other foods, right? So as I clean up and wait for my egg to cook, right, I do want to kind of make sure that first I wipe it down. So I'm going to use my dishcloth. I always wipe everything down first with the dishcloth, and then I'll spray it to sanitize. Right. This is kind of the same as if you were at home, or I'm sorry, in school. Right. I would just wipe this down just to make sure that I've got all the crumbs and things like that. And then after that, I would spray it, right? I'm going to wait to spray it once all my food is finished, because I don't want to get any food contaminated with the spray. But as you're working, you should definitely be cleaning up as you go, all right? So as I wait for this, okay, so you can see it here. So it's going to starting to bubble a little, which means that it's cooking really well. Okay. bottom part of my bread. The egg is still, I feel like, a little too jelly for me, right? And the bottom of my bread is also not quite as brown as I would like. So I'm actually going to just let it cook a little longer in the pan. But then I will turn it over as if it were like a pancake or a French toast, something like that, just to make sure to get it to turn over, right? So let's see how this looks. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to just get under there, right? And then you can actually hold the pan up a little if that helps, and then flip it over, and voila. All right, there's my egg in a basket, right? And so I'm just going to let this cook and continue while I'm working. Oops, turned off my oven by accident. All right, so like I said, you're just going to let it cook a little more, and that is egg in a basket. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again.